Hey fans of M&A, thanks for tuning in to another episode of M&A Sports Radio, and if you haven't already, please hit subscribe on your favorite podcast app.
While you're in there, leave us a rating, add a comment. We appreciate the feedback. Thank you for tuning in, M&A Sports Radio. On this installment of the M&A Sports Sit-Down, in the wake of the Kevin Durant to the Golden State Warriors news, in particular, I think what I focused on, I didn't really touch on it a bunch in the show, with this cap jump, it's ridiculous. How many guys are getting paid, things are going on, and I think what really sticks home here is ESPN and TNT just struck a $24 billion deal for the television rights with the owners. I think that's what escalated this, and we look at it, has it changed sports forever in the way you look at the NFL? If you're those players, they got to think, we took a bad CBA.
We want some guaranteed money.
We took a bad CBA. And Andrew Luck was the first guy. He went out and got $87 million guaranteed this year. Good for him. But long term, NFL has done themselves a disservice for the players. And now you look at all these guys who are suing the league, and it's kind of a messy thing. It kind of all intertwines when you look into it.
Well, you used to be on a team until they traded you.
Yeah, because free agency wasn't a thing.
It wasn't a thing. So for this kind of variable to get thrown into the game, changed it forever, number one. Now you look at it with the extended cap, the revenue, the luxury taxes, the limits, the thresholds, the ceilings, the basements, like all these terms. When you look at the cap, and it grows and grows and grows every year. So you have to
baseball, there is no cap.
Exactly. Baseball, there is no cap. NFL, the salary cap is slightly growing per year.
Yeah.
Kind of went down,
but you
I
also
think,
have
a year ago.
You have to have 53 guys on a team.
Exactly. NBA is up all the time. Baseball doesn't have one. Hockey has gone up substantially the last 10 years.
Yeah. Especially post-lockout, they've avoided any really bad storms. And I think people like Crosby, Ovechkin, Malkin, you look at the New York Rangers being back in the mix. You know what I mean? You have star players like Lundqvist. They've been in the mix. USA Hockey in general has been more competitive. I think that's big for the sport.
But then you look at all the other things and how free agency changed it. You have a contract to not only satisfy your stats and stuff for your team, they have to pay you that number, whatever. You have the option of getting out of it once it expires. You go to the team of your choice.
You control your own destiny.
Exactly. If a team calls you and you want to go to that team, you can go to that team.
Do you know who really did a lot of was kind of like the founding father of all this stuff was Bill Russell. He was the guy who they threatened to strike, I believe it was the 1967 NBA All-Star game in St. Louis, I believe, if you look it up.
How about that?
It's crazy how just a simple act like that kind of changed the game forever. They weren't bluffing,
No.
clearly, and the NBA folded, and you look now, it's clearly been 50 years later, but
Correct.
The game's never been in a better place from a monetary standpoint.
Oh, no question.
I think
the players and the owners can opt out after next year, too.
I saw that.
I doubt it happens.
Yeah,
because if you're the players, you're getting 50%. Like, this is the best you're ever going to get.
Oh, yeah.
You're not touching 55-45
no.
ever.
No.
Ever.
What was it, 52-48, something like that? Or 51-49, something like that? I don't think it's exactly 50.
No, it's 50-50.
Is it? Oh, that's fair then.
Yeah, so you're not getting a better deal than this. So you cannot opt out of this deal and strike. The owners, they may be getting tired of paying some of these guys money. They can lock out the players. I don't see it happening. If it happens,
too much
I
money
think it's that way.
It's too much money.
Because then they're really seen as going over the top greedy.
Yes.
Because you can't go past 50-50.
No.
Once it's at 50-50,
it could never get fair. Yeah, it could never get fair in that. Yeah, I mean, how much more could you ask for? Exactly. That's the storyline everyone wants, and I think you make a fair point there. But when you look across all sports now, just to go back to the kind of point we touched on.
They all have labor issues, too.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Do you think with this cap, the way things work, do you think you look at baseball, you can make a super team. The NBA is really tough. I think what helped the Golden State here align is Stephen Curry's still under a very team-friendly deal. He's only making $12.1 million.
Yes.
Do you think the idea of a super team outside of basketball, and I guess essentially baseball, is even possible in the NFL or like the NHL, for example?
Didn't the Eagles try to do it?
Yeah, we saw how that worked out.
Exactly.
But I'm saying like outside.
No, I don't think
because even the Pats, 18-1 Pats, like their defense was flawed a little bit.
Exactly. You don't really know who's going to be those guys in some positions unless you have bona fide superstars already. Like if you don't have a bona fide superstar linebacker, you're going to need a linebacker to make some plays if you're a good team. You don't know who that is. Same thing with D-line. Same thing with like a tight end or like a wide receiver or even an offensive lineman, something like that skill position. You need to know.
Yeah, that's fair.
And that's very difficult
that's a
in
good
this
argument.
business.
That's a really good argument.
So I think it can come from anywhere, the ability. They're all in the league for a reason. So those guys get paid too.
Next NFL CBA, what do you think? Do you think it's going to be grueling in negotiating? The players got to. If I'm a player and I'm watching all this happen, even the NHL, look at the NHL tops paid. I get it. There's not the money's not there, but if you're an NHL player,
but the NFL knows that it got really close last time to not happening, and that could absolutely happen again.
Yeah,
but I think if they try to get out of this deal, I don't think they can get a better deal unless they don't play a season.
Yeah.
And they're not going to do that.
And then, because then you worry about...
Because you don't have to worry about the
people
superstars.
People turning your back on you, yeah.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about the superstars. They're okay. Like the veteran superstars, they have money. You got to worry about the young guys.
The guys are making $2 million a year.
And the guys that are like the numbers 43 through 53 on the roster.
Making $1 million to $2 million a year, yeah.
Because they are going to need an income. Yeah. And if they ever cross that line, you're done in negotiations forever.
Yeah.
So I don't think the players can get out. NFL owners can always pull something. They are very tricky. They make the rules. So
I think it's a very interesting argument. I think it's a good topic. That's all we have for you tonight on this installment of the M&A Sports Sit-Down.
To wrap it up, I think free agency has changed forever.
Yes, I definitely do. And I think as a result, the NFL more so, the NHL doesn't really have a leg to stand on.
Between the four sports.
Yeah, I think NFL will be the next league that sees a serious change with players trying to demand more money and try to get a bigger piece of the pie. But like you said, just not quite yet.
Agree.
Thank you for tuning in. We'll have more coming your way all summer long.